Welcome to the Executive Suite podcast. I'm Savannah Ikonomopoulos, CEO and founder of Check Creative and co-founder of Ikon Talent. This is where growth, business, and mindset all check in. Let's get started. So every podcast, we're going to start with a check-in and a check-out. So this week's check-in for me is sitting down and finally recording a podcast and focusing on being consistent with my content creation. As entrepreneurs, it can be very difficult to keep your personal brand and content consistent and flowing, and sometimes it just feels like it's the last thing on your list. So I'm grateful to be here. I'm proud that we're here. And then a checkout for me is that I haven't been as present with my team as I would like to have been in the past few months. I struggle with some depression and some anxiety and some mental health things, and that can prevent me from performing optimally and being there for my team as much as I should be. So we are coming out of that rut and officially getting things together. And that transitions perfectly into our topic today, which is founding the suite. When you start a business and you become an entrepreneur, you really don't know everything that goes into starting the company and running the company. There's so many boundaries that you have to set for yourself and balance that you have to create. And in the beginning, you almost aren't able to do that. And mental health is something that a lot of people deal with, and it is sometimes really difficult to navigate in the business world. So we're going to talk about my journey as an entrepreneur, why I created what I have, and just some things that I've learned along the way. So we're going to start from the beginning. Back in 2016, I decided to change my Instagram handle from Savannah Ikonomopoulos, my normal name, like everybody had, to Fitness by Sav, and I wanted to start a little fitness influencing career. I remember going to my local gym in my small town and a kid that I knew from high school making fun of me because I changed my Instagram handle to Fitness by Sav. And I was like, you know what? Whatever. Like, my picture's bigger, my plan's bigger. I don't care. Y'all can make fun of me. It's fine. A couple years later, I ended up getting sponsored with Chacos and doing a deal with them and having nutrition supplements and all of the protein and all of the things in the fitness world being sent to me and doing micro influencing and all the little things. I was full-time in school, and my dad came to me and was like, hey, you're training all of these high school teams and renting out other gyms. Why don't you open your own? And I was like, Dad, I'm 21 years old. I have no credit history. I've never rented by myself. Well, I had like an apartment or whatever, but no one's going to rent to a 21-year-old with zero money. And he was like, I'll sign it with you. Like, it's okay. So we ended up signing a lease and opening a gym, and I ran that for 3 to 4 years. And in that span, I realized that social media was a crucial aspect to my business and how I was bringing clients in. I had 13-year-olds following me on Instagram asking their mom to come train with me, and they weren't even athletes. So it was just crazy that they just saw what I was doing. I was attracting all of these young girls to start really caring about their health and working out. And it was such an awesome thing to see. And I was about to go to chiropractic school and working at my dad's restaurant. And instead of going to chiropractic school in January of 2021, I launched Next Level Marketing, which rebranded into Check Creative 2 years later. So my fitness career and my personal brand has brought me into everything that I have now. And it's been such a fun and crazy ride. And entrepreneurship is truly a roller coaster of emotions and really just learning how to navigate this really chaotic world. In the beginning, when you're starting a company, like the first, I would say definitely first year is you trial and erroring everything. You have to say yes to almost everything because you're not even sure what you like or what you even want to like deep dive more into. And I remember looking on social media, and all these social media agencies were popping up at this time saying niche down, like be specific on who you're talking to. And I was like, I don't know how to niche down. I don't even know what industries I like working with. And I was just saying yes to every single opportunity that came my way, which opened a ton of doors for me. I was networking the shit out of myself. I was going to New Orleans weekly to go to networking events, meeting people, just getting my name out there and building my personal brand on top of all of that. In that same sense, you're wearing all of the hats. And when I started the social media agency and the marketing agency, social media was the main priority of what I was doing. But then when clients came to me and was like, hey, can you build websites? Hey, can you run ads? Hey, can you make a logo? I was like, Yeah, I said yes to everything, and I sat down and taught myself. I watched YouTube videos. I got certifications on Canva. I got wherever there were certifications to get. I started teaching myself everything that I could to help all of the small businesses in the area that were working with us. And then I realized my true vision really came to life after that year of I want to be a one-stop shop and a hub for all of the clients that work for me, that work with me. And I also had to realize that I could not become an expert in everything if I was putting all of my energy and time into different aspects of the company. And then that's when I had to learn that I had to hire people in order to be the most successful and give our clients the highest quality service at the same time. So I hired my first employee at the end of my first year and got super burned. And as a business owner, you're going to get burned, and it's not the end of the world, even though that it feels like it. And clients were canceling because I didn't have contracts set up. And at that point, it was just like, okay, I need to get my shit together. I need to set up systems. I need to like build an actual foundation of the company without feeling like I want to rip my hair out, and also super, super anxious on like, if this client calls me tomorrow, they can cancel and then it's done. I have nothing set up. So there was no stability or structure in my company. It was really just me getting like dipping my feet into the industry and learning how to like what even is this, you know? I knew how to market on social, but I did not know the back end of the business. And that first year was just a lot of learning. And it was also like looking back on it, I remember it being so fun for me. And I actually was at lunch with a client yesterday and I was talking about how the first couple of years you're growing and you're learning so much. I've really come to learn that I love that first couple of years and like that startup mode. And you have long hours and you have late nights and you have anxiety and there's cons to it, but you're being challenged and you're forced to learn and you're forced to be uncomfortable. But I've also learned that I love to learn. So it kind of goes hand in hand. And when I look back at my first year in business, I see it as just like little Savannah taking a risk and investing in herself truly. So if you're in your first year of business or your first couple of years of business and you feel like things are all over the place, it's supposed to be. You're not going to have it all figured out. And one thing that my dad taught me, because he's also an entrepreneur, is you don't have to figure it out to start. You just have to start. And you will figure out so much along the way. And experience is what's going to experience is going to be the opportunity for you to learn how to cross your T's and dot your I's and build your systems and your structures. And also understand what you want and how you want to scale the company. In the beginning of my first year, I had no idea what the end goal was. So you're just making decisions for the now. You're working in the business. You're the one running all of the social media accounts. You're the one developing all the websites. You're the one doing all the sales calls. You're the one networking. You're the one engaging. You're doing everything for the now. And once you have your long-term vision actually planned out and you can see it, you can make more strategic decisions that are going to align with that long-term and end goal. Thanks for tuning in to the first episode of the Executive Suite podcast. We'll be back next week to talk about once you find that long-term and end goal vision, how you're able to scale and really hone in on making better decisions for your business. If you've enjoyed listening to this podcast, don't forget to subscribe or send to a friend that might be dealing with the same things as a new entrepreneur and learning how to navigate this world. Thanks for being here.